Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Futuh Al Ghaib, The Revelations of the Unseen by Muhiyeddeen Qadir Al Gilani Qaddasallahu Sirrahul Azeez. The 73rd discourse. He, may Allah be pleased with him, said, sometimes Allah informs his walis, awliyas, about the faults and falsehoods of another person and his false claims about his actions and words and thoughts and intentions. So the awliya of Allah is made to feel jealous in respect of his Lord and his Prophet and his religion. So the inner anger and then also the outer anger are intensified with the thought. How can comfort be claimed in face of the existence of diseases, both internal and external? And how can the faith in the unity of Allah be claimed in face of polytheistic tendencies, which amount to unbelief and which take a man away from nearness to Allah, and in face of an attitude belonging to the enemy, the devil, the accursed, and to the hypocrites who are sure to be flung and hurled into the lowest of hell and are sure of remain forever. So the mention of the faults of such a person and his evil actions and his insolence together with his big claims and his presumption to possess the spiritual state of the Siddiqs and his attitude of competition towards those who have annihilated themselves in the decree of Allah, and his thus assuming the role of the finished object of Allah is made to come out from the tongue of the wali. This is done sometimes on account of the jealousy for the glory of Allah, the mighty, the glorious, and at others for the refutation of such a false man, and as a sort of admonition for him, and at still others for the predominance of the act of Allah, the mighty, the glorious, and his purpose and his intensity of wrath over the false man, his purpose and his intensity of wrath over the false man who gives lies to the truth of the wali. So the wali accused of backbiting the person concerned, and it is asked, is the wali permitted to backbite anyone while he is forbidden to do it? The question is the awliya permitted to backbite anyone while he is forbidden to do it? Can he speak of anyone absent or present, things which are not known to the rank and file of people? The fact is that such a denunciation on their part falls under the purview of the word of Allah. Their sin is greater than their benefit. Their sin is greater than their benefit. Chapter 2, verse 219. Apparently, such criticism of the awliya is the denunciation of a disobedient man, but in truth it is rousing the wrath of Allah and taking exception to his act. The condition of such an objector is bewilderment. It is his duty to remain silent under such circumstances. It is his duty to remain silent under such circumstances and to offer submission and to try to find out its permissibility in the law and not to raise objection to the work of Allah and his wali who makes these biting remarks on account of the false claims of the pretender. If he assumes this attitude, it may result in the uprooting of the evil in him and be regarded as his repentance and return from his ignorance and bewilderment. So it will be a sort of attack on behalf of the awliya and will also benefit the self-conceited man who is on the verge of ruin on account of his conceit and disobedience, and Allah guides whomsoever he likes to the right path.